We got a big tax cut. We've got big infrastructure spending, both, of course, likely to happen because they were big issues for President-elect Donald Trump. We want to discuss it, though, right now with one of the top financial guys out there because a lot of fiscal conservatives are a little worried about it. Former CBO Director Doug Holtz-Eakin on the deficit. And it used to be one of the conservatives' #1 worries, the U.S. debt. Douglas, listen, obviously, we both understand supply-side economics. For those who weren't around for Ronald Reagan, the notion is you lower taxes, people spend more money, businesses spend more money, it circulates in the economy, and it more than makes up for initial lost revenue. Is that formula going to work this time around?
I think the major thing to realize is that Mr. Trump inherits from Barack Obama a budget that's fundamentally unsustainable. So it's not the proposals per se that are the problem. The problem is what he's inheriting. It's a budget where entitlement spending is going to grow at numbers like 7%. The economy is going to grow at something like 4%. That's just a mismatch that has to be fixed. And so at some point there's going to have to be some real concern on the entitlement spending side. Tax reform can help the economy grow faster. Sensible infrastructure programs can help the economy grow faster. But neither of those things is going to make up for the fact we have a big entitlement spending problem.
So let's talk about entitlements. What do you consider an entitlement? Social Security? Right?
Sure, you'd want to go right down the list. The Medicares, the Medicaids, Social Security's, Affordable Care Acts.
So folks watching this show, particularly those over 50 years old, might have just thrown a tomato at the screen. They're saying, Doug, we paid into that, my man. That's not an entitlement. That's not welfare. That's our money. Don't try to steal it from us.
The problem is that current law, our promise to our seniors is to cut benefits 25% across the board in under 2 decades. So that's a terrible way to run a program. Seniors did pay into it. They deserve a better program. So my advice would be for them to stop throwing tomatoes and give the Congress some incentive to get it fixed so that they get back a sensible retirement.
Ultimately, though, the fact is some generation may have to take a hit on this. I mean, let's be honest. If we start talking about reforms, maybe they kick in if you're 40 and under. You start to get the payments at 70. But we're living longer. Perhaps some charismatic politician out there can convince the American public. But so far, no one wants to touch the third rail of politics.
I think that's true. So far, no one has. But there's a real opportunity here to surprise both generations. The current generation not get their benefits cut, and future generations don't think they're going to get anything out of Social Security. And so if you fix a program like Social Security, you surprise both to the upside. And that's the political key. All
right, so let's talk about you used the word sensible. I caught that. Is $1 trillion over 10 years not sensible?
I don't know what the right number is, and I'm not sure that's the best way to think about it. We know that we have some key points of congestion in our transportation system, from ports to rails and from rails to trucks and those kinds of transfers. So the way I'd think about it is, what do we want to accomplish? Well, we want to accomplish better economic performance. That means national connectivity. That's something the federal government can help on. And then at the local level, we've got a lot of manufacturing in big metropolitan areas. If we want to get better manufacturing performance, we've got to take care of the infrastructure. So we have 2 big problems. Federal government can take care of one, and they can help finance the help in the other.
Before I let you go, the tax cuts being talked about for individuals and businesses, and let's say we could wipe off about 40 or 50 billion in those onerous regulations. Could that get us to a 4% GDP near term?
I think you could get a couple of quarters of 4. I don't think that's probably the best target for the trend, but we can do a lot better than 2. And we've been stuck at 2 for far too long, Charles.
Amen, brother. Thank you very much, Doug. Appreciate it.
Thank you.